Hello, I am Dr. Sanjay Kumar Mattu, Additional Deputy Director General in Central TB Division, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. I am looking after many thematic areas which include the treatment of tuberculosis patients like DSTB, DRTB, then vulnerable populations. Some research components are with me, and corporate sector engagement are also one of the thematic areas which I am looking after. So when we are looking for this current situation of tuberculosis in India, though we can say that every fourth TB patient in the world is coming from the India, and when we are seeing the death in tuberculosis world over, we can say that every third person who is dying because of tuberculosis is from India. But we need to understand that India has done quite significant progress when it is concerned with the TB related health issues. Like India has successfully achieved the Millennium Development Goals, which were the deadline for 2015. We are at current placed at the TB prevalence, which is almost 190 per 1 lakh population. And if you want to see that prevalence wise ranking, the country comes at the 35th to 36th position. We can say that a TB burden is per 100,000 population is more in 35 countries, and we are placed at the 35 and 36 countries. And when with regard to the TB mortality also, like in 2015, which was the baseline for United Nations SDG development goal, it was 58 and we have reduced it to 23. And we can understand that progress, while the SDG target reduction in the incidence globally it was 9%, and India has achieved till to date up to 18% reduction has been there. When we are having this approach, how this TB prevalence and spread may be controlled in India, we are having three pronged strategies there. And we are having our national strategic plan is there, which has the 4 pillars. One is the diagnosis, so we need to have prompt diagnosis of all the TB cases. Then earliest and appropriate treatment of all such cases is the second pillar. Then prevention is the third pillar, where not only identifying the TB cases and treating them, we have to give the focus on the prevention of the TB infection also. And then fourth pillar is strategic approach to strengthen all three pillars. So that is the capacity building and strengthening is our fourth pillar of the national strategy to control the TB program. We are having three main core areas are like we have to have this diagnostic approach. All the potential TB cases need to be diagnosed. Then we are having treatment strategies, and then prevention. Coming to the diagnosis, we need to understand that government of India nowadays utilizing this NAT technology. It is the molecular diagnostic. Earlier we were looking for the whole bacteria under the microscope, and now we are looking for the molecules which are there. And a small part of the bacilli can be also identified by these molecular tests. We call them NAT tests. These are more sensitivity tests than the microscopy. And then we are having around the country almost more than 6,000 molecular diagnostic tests are available, and not only all the districts, but we are having this accessibility of the NAT test at the block levels also, where the major burden of the TB is there. So we are having more sensitive and early diagnosis is being provided. For diagnosis, we are having this sample collection at the peripheral levels, like our ASA workers and the sub-centers, the CHCs, PHCs, all are having these facilities for sample collection and sending them to the diagnostic centers. Then coming to the treatment, we are having a drug susceptibility test-based test treatment is there. So when we are having upfront, we are offering this testing for the rifampicin, and as per the susceptibility to the rifampicin or the resistance, we are providing either drug resistance or the drug susceptible treatment. And for second line also, we are having the line probe assays, and these through these line probe assays we are providing quality testing for the second line drugs also. And in case the second line drugs are resistant, then we are giving the appropriate treatment on the basis of the these results. So either it is the DSTB treatment, which is usually for 6 months, 2 months are the intensive phase, and 4 months are the continuation phase. In initial 2 months, we are giving 4 medicines: rifampicin, isoniazid, ethambutol and pyrazinamide, and in continuation phase we are giving 3 medicines. For drug resistance TB, on the basis of the drug susceptibility testing, we are giving a shorter regimen, which is usually for up to 9 months of treatment is there, and in case the second line drug are also resistant, then we are providing the longer oral regimen, which is up to the 18 to 20 months of the regimen. So now we can understand that we have stopped the injectable drugs, and all the medicines which are being provided under the program are the quality medicines. They are properly tested, WHO recommended, and all the parameters of the qualities are being maintained, and these drugs are available throughout the country in the public health system. And you can also understand this diagnostic and the treatment services, the quality medicines are freely available at the free of cost to the private sectors also. Another aspect is the prevention also. Not only diagnosing and treating, we can reduce TB to such a level that it doesn't exist as a major public health problem. We need to focus on the prevention also. So earlier the prevention, there were only 2 major groups were there. Like when we are having any active TB case in the family, all the under 5 children, they were first ruled out for the active TB disease. In case it was not there, then all the children were eligible for the TB prevention treatment. Now the second group is also there, which is basically having the PLHIV, the person who are living with the HIV infections, and in those also we were having after ruling out the active TB cases, these are also given the TB preventive treatment. Now we have increased our population group where this TPT can be given. It has to be given even more than 5 years of adult contacts in the family when their active TB cases is there. Then other than this, we are having some other vulnerable population like the person with diabetes, person who are immunocompromised, or they are on the organ transplant conditions. So these are other groups, and for this we are having again the quality medicine and tests are available. Like we have to when this other than this PLHIVs under 5 groups are there, we are having the test and treat policy. First we have to implement one test to know if patients are TB infective, and when it's confirmed, then we are giving the treatment. One more update is there. Earlier we were having the 6-month regimen was there for TPT. One drug isoniazid is given on daily basis for 6 months. Now we are having in the program one more newer regimen is being introduced, which is for 3 months only, and here once a weekly doses are given, and we call it as a 3HP. 3HP is isoniazid plus rifampicin, and 3 means for 3 months, and it is a 12 doses regimen where once a week doses are given. So we always in the National TB Elimination Program have kept that TB services has to be a patient-centric approach has to be there. We are considering that we need to make these services accessible and approachable at the doorsteps of the TB patients. So as we understand, we are having sub centers are there, then we are having health and wellness centers, so under which we are having almost 1.6 lakh health and wellness centers are there, which include the sub centers and the primary health centers. Then above them we are having the CHC center health community centers, and then we are having district hospitals and the tertiary level hospitals. We need to understand that when we want to provide services at the doorstep of the TB patients, we are having involvement of the communities also. At the village level we are having the ASHA workers, and at the block level our unit is the TB units, and under this we are having the supervisory staffs are there, like senior treatment lab supervisors and senior treatment supervisors. They are making visits to the patients of the patients' houses, and every time they are considering that patient need to take treatment regularly. Samples are collected at nearest to their residence sites, and we are providing these TB medicines so that on the monthly basis, so that patient need not to suffer, and then for adherence purpose other family visits are being made. We are having a concept of the treatment supervisors also and treatment supporters, where these treatment supporters are closely monitoring the patients of the patient's treatment. They are also noticing if any adverse reactions are there, and in case of need, they accompany the TB patients for the health facilities whenever there are some challenges or adverse reactions are there. We are having a different incentive schemes are there so that services may be made accessible. Like in the tribal patients, we are providing one time a transport incentive is being given, which is of 750 rupees, so that these patients who are residing in the tribal communities and services are not accessible, so they can utilize this incentive. And then other than this, whenever any diagnostic services and treatment for DRTB is there and patient need to travel to the headquarter, for that also we are having the reimbursement incentive scheme is there, where the patients can have the transportation may be claimed whenever they are visiting to the district headquarters for important investigation for the DRTB. Drug resistance tuberculosis is a very, we can say, the tuberculosis area which is have the many challenges are there, but we are having very smooth and strategic planning how to deal with the drug resistance tuberculosis. So to overcome this, what we are doing, we are offering upfront the NET testing to the TB patients. So what this NET testing is doing, it is along with confirming the TB diagnosis, it is giving the sensitivity to the rifampicin drug, which is a very critical and important drug when we are designing the treatment of the TB patients. And this NET results give that either the patient's bacteria is susceptible to rifampicin, where we can give the drug sensitive treatment, and it may be resistant to the rifampicin. In those cases, we are giving the drug resistance tuberculosis. In DSTB, to further see that drug resistance is monitored properly, we need to see that we are offering the first line probe assay, FLLPA. So it is first line probe assay test, where it is along with rifampicin, there is one more important and key drug, which is the isoniazid. So this first line LPA is telling about the sensitivity for the isoniazid, and in case it is resistance, then we are giving the INH mono resistance or poly resistance drug regimen. For the second line also, when we are having the resistance to the rifampicin, we are giving the multi drug resistance treatment, for which it is a 9-month treatment and it is shorter regimen, it is of 9 months. Earlier the regimen was up to the 24 month and even the 36 months. Now it is only of the 9 month. And for this also we are doing the testing for the second line drugs also. In case the these drugs which are for the shorter MDR regimen, they cannot be given, or if any drug resistance is there for the second line drugs, we are offering all oral longer regimen, which is for the 20 months. So that is, you can understand that we are doing the drug susceptibility testing at every level, and we are giving appropriate regimens. Throughout the treatment of the patients, we are doing the follow-up investigations also on the basis of clinical examination and the management through X-ray investigation. And again, in the follow-ups also, we are doing the drug susceptibility testing, and bacteriological findings are being done to see that how the patient is responding, and a proper management of the drug resistance TB may be done. So as a message to the TB patients, I would like to say that TB patients need not to worry and need not to have a fear of the tuberculosis, because nowadays it is a disease where the very good diagnostic tests are available and the very good drugs are available. In early times it was felt a disease of the social stigma, and we need not to worry now. And I will request also that a patient need to be sensitized about the TB symptoms, so that at earliest level they can approach the health services and appropriate health diagnostic test may be offered. They need to know that mostly we are having, when TB is there, it is of the lungs only, and in that they need to know the 4 symptoms are there, like either it is fever for more than 2 weeks or cough more than for 2 weeks. Patient may feel the weight loss or the night sweats. If any of the symptoms are there, please go to the health facility, get it tested, and you will be cured well within the time. In case the drug resistance tuberculosis is there, which is a challenging, a kind of difficult tuberculosis, for that also we are having the quality medicine. So you need not to fear, and if anyone in your family is having similar symptoms, they also need to access the health services for a similar diagnostic and test. And other family members and close ones of the active TB cases need to go for the TB prevention treatment also. Now message to the societies. So society has to come forward. They need to understand that TB is not a disease where it was very dangerous, incurable, death was more, and it was spreading to the other community members or the family members. Yes, initial period is there of 2 weeks when the disease may spread from one person to other. During that time we need to take the precautions. The TB patients and the persons who are coming in contact with active TB patients, they need to cover their mouth. And when the patient has been put on the treatment, within 2 weeks of the treatment, patients become non-infective. And during that time, after that, the family members or the community members may live with the TB patient as with the normal other persons in the society and the communities. Also, along with this, I will request, nowadays we are having Pradhan Mantri TB Mukt Bharat Abhiyan is there, where persons from the society, it may be influential persons, some industrialists, some elected members, or even individuals, they come forward and can adopt the TB patients by becoming the Nikshay Mitra. We are having Nikshay 2.0 is the platform where the Nikshay Mitra registration may be done. And during this Nikshay Mitra registration, they may support the TB patient with nutrition supplement up to the 6 months. Along with this, depending on the capabilities, they may support for some vocational services, some nutritional micronutrient supplement may also be given as a Nikshay Mitra. So this is another option, and we need the community support when we are fighting against such a dangerous disease and a disease which is of such a large scale, and we want to achieve these targets much ahead of the world, where the world is having the larger timeline and India want to achieve it in earlier time. So we need everybody's supports, not only health sector, other than non-health sectors are there, and then the community supports. Everybody's involvement is needed to combat and to control this particular dangerous and very large health problem in India.